All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our very first edition of Big Brother Hogwarts After Dark. Mark, this is brand new to season three, and we are so excited to have all of you here tonight. My name is Chris Gertner. For those of you who've been following along for the last couple of seasons, I have been the one running the feeds and talking nonstop to everybody, giving you all the play-by-play, and nothing is going to change this season. With me tonight, I also have my best Judy. This is Peyton. Peyton.
Hey! I usually am not in front of the camera, but this season I will be. Hello. I will be bringing you all the tea, all the claws from the sloths, all the little teas from our little host. This is going to be a little bit different than the regular episode because we will be deep diving into our little host brain this evening. So, Bill, how are you feeling? What's been going on? What's been new since the last time we saw you was a year ago.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling super excited. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Bill Lucio. I am the headmaster, host, creator of Big Brother Hogwarts. BBH has gone through many transitions up until this point. It started as an org. We did it online for 7 seasons. We transitioned over to live. And this is the 3rd year where we're doing it. It really was sustainable during COVID. I knocked out like 5 of the 7 seasons during the pandemic, and that was really fun. Built up a little audience, and some of those players that have been playing the online version of the game have showed up in seasons past. Will there be any players from the online version of the game in season 3? I don't know. You'll have to tune in tomorrow at 5-ish p.m. Central Standard Time to figure that out. But to answer your question more specifically, a lot of things have been going on in my life.
Zero heartbreaks.
Zero heartbreaks. A promotion, so that's good. So the production value for season 3 has been upped a little bit, so that's super exciting. But we wanted to create a really unique game. I wanted to create a season that I don't think I've ever seen done in any live games. So we have lots of tricks and surprises and twists on twists on twists. Notice how many times I said twists on twists on twists. Oh, and we're in our what season?
Oh my goodness. That's a great transition. What is our season called this year, Bill?
I'm gonna screw this up all weekend. I think it's called Big Brother Hogwarts Season 3 and the Treacherous Trio of Triads, or the Treacherous Triads of Trios. One of those. It's all about threes.
Lots of threes and lots of trios and lots of triads.
Yeah, all about the number 12.
So with the trios and the triads and the trials and the tribulations, what about a tease? Speaking of the tease, can we get a little bit of insight about anybody that's playing, anything they might need to expect, anything that you think might be a little bit interesting?
Yeah, I can take a bite on the bait there. Let's
start off with the students that are entering the hallowed halls of Hogwarts. We are in Chicago this season. Our first season, we were over in Wisconsin. Our second season, we are over in Tennessee. And then this year, we are in Headmaster Bill's hometown of Chicago.
Which has been amazing.
Yes. So what are we expecting when players start walking through these doors tomorrow?
This is going to be tomorrow day.
Tomorrow day.
For those of you that are watching, who are playing, if any of you that are playing that are watching, this is probably going to be the most intense, most chaotic, and most insane day 1 of the series yet. So we are definitely tomorrow at 5 p.m. hitting the ground running. And there is a lot that is going to happen in a short amount of time. And we are not offering any time turners this year. So you're going to have to experience it all in real time, strategize in real time. Basically, if you think you know how you're going to play this game, forget about it. Because as soon as you walk in the door, everything is going to change.
That sounds twisted and turvy and very
really I want to take a small turn. We obviously are all like super known faces of the
We're all super famous.
Whoa, super famous in this game. But we do have some new members of production joining us this season. So want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I think it's really important, especially in the live reality game community, that we give players a chance to experience what it's like hosting a game. Oftentimes, not that I'm complaining, I love this community dearly, but I think sometimes players expect, they just have these expectations, and without ever having hosted a game or being on production, some of these expectations are just so crazy they can't get met, right? They want things done in a certain way, they want to eat certain foods. So I like to, this season was really important to me to bring people who have played the game before onto the production staff so we can teach some players what it is like playing the game. So this year, joining us again is a very close friend of mine, Angel. So he's coming back. And returning to season 3 after taking a break from season 2 for having a baby is my brother and my sister-in-law, Tommy and Erica. And we are going to meet our little house elf, Lucy, who's going to be joining production staff, our my 1-year-old niece. And bringing into this season, we have 2 people that played a previous season that are coming back and serving on production. I will tell you one of them tonight, and that person is my cousin. Well, yes, we're actually cousins, but we didn't want anybody to know that we were cousins last season. Lexi. So expect lots of Lexi shots. Usually that's, I think, how we're going to start this moving forward, is everyone is going to take a Lexi shot. So I'm really excited to have a mix of family helping me out this season and friends. So I'm excited for the new people that we have on board. My mom and my dad have been working tirelessly helping me prep food and some punishments that we can talk about a little later. And then obviously returning is Dustin. Dustin is going to help us. He's actually behind the camera right now. Looks like troubleshooting something. So
probably eating all of our million comments.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you want to say something, shout out. Hi
to everybody that's
everyone
watching.
that is watching. If you want to leave comments.
Nick, Reynolds, and Andrew, thanks you for watching.
Yes. If you want to leave comments, we'll shout out those comments. But yeah, so we've got some new people on production, some returning people on production, and then like my parents and Lexi's mom, Aunt Tanya, made some food for us. So I got a lot of help from people at home. And then people who were on previous seasons who run their own games have lent challenges for me. So we'll shout out their games that they run throughout the week. So you'll see a lot of live reality game
faces.
Yeah, faces and names and shows. I think it's important to get back to the community, to showcase other games, not just Big Brother Hogwarts, and give everybody a unique experience.
Yeah, one of the things that I found interesting that you just said was that we got a lot of outside help from a lot of LRG hosts, and they gave us some challenge ideas. I thought that was a very little interesting tidbit that you quick dropped in there. Is there anything that you are able to reveal or revelio to us about any of the upcoming challenges for this season that any of our contestants might be witnessing?
Yeah, so there have been some competitions that we've done in the past that we are going to redo, some fan favorites, and helping me make all the challenges. I forgot to mention Rebecca. Rebecca handcrafted a lot of these things, but some of them were donated from other hosts. But you can expect to see the notorious return of our gigantic tweezers and our teeny tiny little potion bottles. This is a Big Brother staple competition where you have to stack the little bottles in pyramids. That was a fan favorite. Tori last season won this for the HOH.
The tiny POV.
The tiny, yep.
Shout out to Nick on her first conflict.
Yep, Mama Day. So we will be doing this one again. And then another one that is donated to us from Survive, which Nikki hosts from season 1. Can't really tell you what it is, but it involves these 3 pieces. So yeah, we'll see this debut in Big Brother Hogwarts this year. So I'm really excited for some of the challenges that we have. Those are the two specific ones that people have lent and made, but obviously we like to attend classes at Big Brother Hogwarts and theme those to the challenges. So you can expect to see some magic in Charms class, and you might expect to see some divine tea leaf reading in divination class this season. Thank you to Kendra and Indigo for watching. Bring your friends, join us. I don't really know, but this isn't really scripted tonight. So we're kind of just going off the cuff of our mesh shirts and t-shirts. Someone didn't get the memo. But yeah, so I'm super excited for the competitions. I think if I have to rank out of all 3 seasons, which competitions are going to be the best, I think season 3 is going to take the cake. Way, like, these competitions are insane. I'm so excited for them.
And Bill has been sharing all sorts of tidbits to us on production about the things that he has in store. And I wish I could even begin to tell you what is happening this season, because the craziness and the twists are nonstop. I'm still trying to understand what's going on in this game, and we are here all season long knowing what is happening. So we're all very excited about everything that is going to be happening this season. But I want to circle back to, you said something about the 3s. You were very heavy. You were very, very, very heavy on the 3s. Does that mean anything? Is that any sort of importance, or is that just your favorite number?
Well, it's a prime number, which is pretty important. But the online version of Big Brother Hogwarts followed the storyline of the books. So season 1, the twist was the Sorcerer's Stone. Season 4, the twist was the Goblet of Fire. Season 7, the twist was the Horcruxes. We really followed the twists of each season, themed them to the books. When I decided to do this as a live reality game, I wanted to immerse the players in the wizarding world, but not necessarily follow the plot line of the books. So in season 1, we did the Death Day party. That was a crazy twist, way too much to take on for our first time live reality game host. In season 2, we did Diagon Alley. All of the competitions were based in a shop in Diagon Alley. That was really cool. Chocolate Frogs played a huge part of it. But the number 3 in the Harry Potter series is everywhere. It is intense. There are 3 best friends, Harry, Ron, and Hermione. There are 3 Deathly Hallows, the Invisibility Cloak, the Resurrection Stone, and the Elder Wand. There are 3 unforgivable curses. There are the golden trios, the silver trios, the bronze trios. There's 3s everywhere. There's love triangle with Snape and Lily and James. There's 3s everywhere throughout the series. Where they live, where the school is, things in Hogsmeade. So I knew that this might be the only chance to really capitalize on that number. It's season 3. 3s are everywhere in the series. So there are going to be 3 major twists. There are going to be 3.
Do I hear that?
3 major twists. All of the HOH competitions have to do with infamous 3s, not necessarily relating to Harry Potter, but just 3s in general. And you might, I don't want to give too much away because, our players aren't here yet. I don't want to give them too much time to strategize, but we'll see 3 pop up in a variety of unique and creative ways throughout the long weekend, which is interesting because it used to only be 3 days, but we added a 4th day in the season of 3s. So thank you, season 2, for telling us we needed more time to strategize. Hopefully everyone that plays this season is a little bit more comfortable with the decisions that they make based on the extra time that we're allotting them to strategize this year. But 3s across the board this season.
3s across the board.
No, it's so interesting because I feel like I've played a lot of games in the past, and I feel like I've never quite played a game, let alone a series, that has been like this
Immersive
and like following a storyline. How hard is that? How long have you planned this? Do you ever sleep?
My parents would say I sleep a lot. Big Brother Hogwarts is a juggernaut. I get really inspired at the end of the season, and then by the time I drive home, I already have the theme of the next season that I want to do.
Yep.
But it's one thing to
That'll be a
just
short drive home this time.
Yeah, I know. I won't have that much time. Last year in Nashville, it was a 9-hour session of thinking and workshopping ideas. But where was I going with this? How hard is it? So you pick the theme, Death Day or Diagon Alley or Threes, and I think the thing that separates Big Brother Hogwarts apart from, and I'm sorry, I know most of the live reality games out there, but if anybody's watching that hosts a live game that does this as well, I don't know, so I'm sorry. But Big Brother Hogwarts is unique in the fact that it tells a story. Every round connects to each other. The HOH lends into the power of veto. The next round uses the story that we told from round one to continue that story into round two. That element of storytelling narration was really important to me. That's what Harry Potter is all about. It's one of the first stories that really got me involved in reading. So I like to not just be like, all right, today you're going to stand with your wands over your head and the first person to reach 7 minutes wins. There's a reason why we're doing 7 minutes. There's a reason why you're holding swan. I weave that storyline through. I think at the start, players get really excited when they hear the story, and then I think by the time we get to like final 6 or final 5, they're like, okay, shut up with your 18 paragraphs. I just want to play the game. But yeah, it takes me forever to write. Like I'm literally at home. I do a lot at work, like during my office hours when none of my students come see me, even though we have to have office hours anyways. But I'm writing these stories like, welcome to your HOA. You are about to enter Birdie Bots, every flavored bean store. Yeah. This is da-da-da-da. And I like weave that whole narration through. So I would say writing the story, telling the narration takes me more time than thinking of the competitions and the twists. Like I punch that out really, really quick. But it's how do I take this non-Harry Potter competition with these wooden blocks that they would never use at Hogwarts and turn it into something Harry Potter related. So I think a lot about that. And I have a lot of wonderful people around me to help.
And so going off of that, you say like you put so much time and effort into all of this. As someone who's been a part of this production for a while, I've seen how much time and effort and detail goes into it, and there's so many specific details that go into these competitions and the game itself. I mean, I don't know if you want to pull up something over here. You can just see how much attention to detail is actually paid.
Or are you talking about our power of veto?
Our newest bling this season. Thank you, Rebecca, for making this for us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, usually the power of veto in Big Brother does not look like this, and it didn't look like this for the 2 previous seasons, but there might be a very specific reason why it looks like this year. But isn't this the cutest thing ever?
It's actually really cute.
It is.
It's low-key iconic.
So I'm really excited. So there you go, players who are watching. This is what your power of veto. We call it power of prefect.
Yeah.
A prefect in Harry Potter is kind of like the person who's in charge of the club. We'll just say that. So it's called Head of Hogwarts, HOH, Power of Prefect, POP. So yeah, this is the Pop Comp necklace that you will be wearing if you win a competition. And a lot of games do shirts, and I really like shirts and swag, but I also really like name bands. And all of our little pinwheel name tags have the house that each player is part of on the little clip. They have, I'm covering their name here. They have their, like, yeah, they're like, so this is a player for House Slytherin. So you got the logo, you've got the Quidditch kind of colors, and then you got some things related to Slytherin. And then this year on the back, we have the Big Brother Hogwarts logo with like the tie and everything there. So every player, when they walk in, will get their name badge. We ask them to wear this the whole time, partly so we can identify what house they're in, which really has nothing to do with gameplay. We just think that that's important. People who like Harry Potter want to be in Gryffindor or want to be in Hufflepuff. Mm-hmm. So we want to reward them for being Harry Potter fans.
I want to be in Hufflepuff.
That's the second best. Yeah, so they've got their little name badges that identify the house that they're in. We've got this Power Prefect necklace. And then, of course, I have the HOH robe. I'm working on getting an HOH, a robe, a satin robe from each of the 4 houses. I only have Slytherin, and I just wouldn't think it would be fair to, you know, ask a Ravenclaw to wear the satin Slytherin robe. So I've got the Big Brother HOH robe still, but eventually my plan is to get a robe from each of the 4 houses. So
as a fellow Slytherin, I don't think there's anything wrong with just having a Slytherin robe. I don't think there's anything wrong with just displaying the best house around.
That doesn't sound like something a
Not
Slytherin
all at all. Not all three being Slytherins too. Slytherin takeover.
But that's actually a huge struggle of mine is how do you find that perfect balance of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Big Brother? Because like I want the players to feel like they're immersed in the Wizarding World, but this isn't a Universal Studios theme park experience, right? You're still playing the game of Big Brother. So it's got to be Harry Potter, but you know, there would be no Harry Potter theme without the game of Big Brother. So we changed the names of a lot of things and we changed the way a lot of the items look. But at the end of the day, you are competing for power. You are avoiding eliminations. We call them expulsions. In Big Brother, they're called evictions. And they're strategizing their butts off.
Yep.
I mean, like, we're like, strategy time is over. And people are like whispering into their ears still as they come. So this really is an insanely powerful Big Brother game, despite the facade of the Wizarding World.
Yeah, and one of the things that is really going to change this season, as I've mentioned, I've been on the feeds for the last 2 seasons, and a lot of people have only been able to see the competitions, the results, and the exit interviews from these cast members. And this year, we're really doing our best to make sure that the audience at home gets as much context and content as humanly possible. This year, the cast is completely secluded from the outside world. They're turning their phones in the second that they get here, which allows me and Peyton and Dustin to provide as much insight to the game as humanly possible. This year, we plan on really showing a lot of the strategy sessions, a lot of thoughts from the HOH, a lot of the evictions. So everyone will be seeing pretty much as we can possibly give you with what's going on behind the scenes. In the past, it's really hard to understand what's going on. Why is this person going up? Why is this person a target? What did I miss? And this year, we really want to show you the full Big Brother experience. So we are going to be running around with cameras all weekend long, giving you insight and hopefully giving you as much tea from the divination.
As much tea, yeah.
Not as So yeah, I think I'm very excited and very nervous at the same time because
I'm super excited to show the votes. Like,
yes,
that was something that I wanted to do last season, but I was very protective over people's phones. I mean, we have professionals, we've got moms, we've got, you know, people who play these games that have real lives outside, and I didn't want to just take their phones away. So last year we let the cast have their phones for 10-15 minutes a day. This year, they're going in the culture, they're staying in the culture until the game ends Sunday night. So we get to show the strategy, we get to show the votes, we get to show who has what powers. No one's gonna have access to their cellular devices, which means they won't have access to social media, which means none of you hoes can ruin it for the players that are playing. Rachel, Stefano, Tommy, and Aunt Tanya, thank you for joining us. We got a whole 20 of you on that live feed. So thank you for tuning in on our Big Brother premiere night to watch our Big Brother Hogwarts After Dark special premiere.
That's such a mouthful.
Oh, I know. Who came up with this title?
I'm very excited. We all got in today. All production is here right now, and we have been going nonstop since we got off the plane, we got off the bus, we got off the train, we got out of the car, and there's still so much more that we have to get going. I think there's that thing that we have to do tonight that I know for sure we definitely have to do, and there's that other thing that we are doing as well.
Right.
So that's
there's also that other thing.
Oh no, not that one. The other one.
Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
Don't forget that.
Oh,
that big
for
thing.
the
For the thing.
oh yeah.
That big thing that's gonna screw everybody. Like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, yeah. So many things.
So many things.
You might even say that these things come in things of threes.
I mean, it could be a blessing or a curse. It could be a treat or a punishment. You never know nowadays.
Could it be an unforgivable curse?
I
don't know. That's so dumb.
hate that.
The viewer count just dropped.
Let me take a shot.
It's just Rachel McKenna left in the viewer. That's it.
So yeah, I'm super excited. I think it's going to be like a really fun weekend. I'm super excited for all the competitions. I think we have a nice mix of things that we've done, things that are new, things that are going to shout out other games. I'm really excited to give the new folks on production an experience that they've yet to see. A lot of previous cast members, both from season 1 and season 2, have been texting me all day today, all day yesterday, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. This is one of the best games I've ever played. These players have no idea what's in store for them. You guys do such a good job. And like, I know, thanks. But it's a year-long effort. I mean, like, we start planning in September.
Yeah.
And then I get really, really into it in the wintertime when I'm off, and I ask them to do 1,000,000,001 things, and then they do it, a week before the game starts. And then we all come together and do it all here live. So I'm just so lucky that I get to have this stupid, wild, dumb, crazy passion, and then like do it with other people who are just as stupid and wild and dumb and crazy as me. So it's
not the stupid, wild, and
I don't
dumb.
know about that.
I even talk about it at work. Like my students are always like, what are you doing for your Big Brother team this year? So like all of my students know. Maybe some of them will play.
Maybe. I think with all that being said, we are going to be super busy this weekend. So the cast members, as we said, are not going to have their phones. So anybody that is trying to join the group, trying to figure out what's going on, that's going to be me, Peyton, and Dustin. There might be a viewers lounge. There's probably going to be a viewers lounge for everybody who wants like the inside info about what's going on. A lot of that's going to be all posted tomorrow, whether it's through me on live or me posting just on the page. So any sort of questions, troubleshooting, help that's needed throughout the weekend, that's going to be directed to one of the three of us. No, we're not going to tell you how your favorite player is doing. You're going to have to watch the feeds to figure that out yourself. But we will all be on our phones this weekend, making sure that every single person gets to see inside the halls of Hogwarts, see what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
And I think last season there were quite a few folks that were like doing like summaries, like, hey, in the past 3 hours, this is what's going on. So if you've got nothing to do and all you're doing is watching these live feeds all
I'll
weekend,
take that viewers lounge, girl.
yeah, feel free to be like, hey, Peyton was nominated 2 times in a row and saved himself. Chris and Peyton are finally in the final 2. They're going after Bill. That's what you missed on Glee. All of that shit would be wonderful. So if you're somebody that enjoys this and you watch all day long, throw in those paragraphs so the people that are working that come back after work can kind of scroll up and see what's been going on. It's not as much as we would love everybody to watch all day long. We get it. I'm a teacher and I'm off, but I get that other people have like their 9 to 5s. But yeah, so we'll try to update you as much as possible. But that viewers lounge is what you're gonna make of it. Just please make it fun and not toxic and mean. Our players are putting their entire personalities into this game. They might make decisions that you wouldn't. They might eliminate your brother or your best friend or your uncle, whoever's playing the game.
Or your cousin.
Or my cousin, right?
Oh.
They came for my cousin like 9 rounds in a row last year, and she would have won. She would always, yeah, let me tell you, I think she would. But yeah, you don't know who's playing. You don't know why they're playing that way. Everyone's trying to win for their own specific reasons. So let's in that viewers lounge, I'd love it if we kept it respectful and game related and cheer on the people that you want to cheer on. Say I don't like Peyton because he's silly and whatever, but not like mean things. Let's keep it a nice, positive, fun, toxic-free environment because we want more people to play and we want more people to watch, and we don't want you guys at home to hate on the cast or hate on each other for hating on the cast. Or me. And please, I know that they're already popping out, but I get it. My veins pop out everywhere. I don't want to see any memes. I don't want to see any comments. Leave my veins alone. Leave my veins alone. Okay? I'm just really passionate about this.
And even though we're going to give you all the tea as soon as it comes, as much as possible, don't forget to tune in every single night because we will be having episodes like this every single night, and she won't be part of them, unfortunately, because she will be stressed out and doing his own little hosting thing. But we'll be giving you the inside scoop of things that you didn't already know.
Yes.
Every single night. So
we'll have an active player. That's one of the best things about keeping their phones all weekend is we can have people who are still in the game come on to the talk show and like, hey, you are the last HOH of the day. Why did you nominate the people that you nominated? And now it's like we don't really do in-depth confessionals. It's either confessionals or strategy time.
Yeah.
Like we're not here for 7 days. We're only here for 4. So we decided to go to the strategy route. So we're going to bring active players onto our After Dark. We're going to bring eliminated players onto After Dark. We're going to be interviewing members of production. It would be great to hear Lexi's thoughts of, so, you were in this position last year. What's it like being on the other side of it now? So we're going to try to give you a unique kind of take on all crystallized elements of the game, from people who are still in, people who are out, people who are running.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to do it, I think, every night at 9:30. But yeah.
Whenever we feel like going live.
Yeah.
It's going to be, sometimes these people have long questions. So depending on how quickly we can get done that last round of the night, we'll freshen up, find a new mesh shirt, and then hop on to our After Dark special. So you can expect this every night from here on to Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't do one on the finale because it will be the finale.
Then you can tune into our roundtable.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be really exciting. I think this cast is going to be absolutely dynamic. There are so many, different personalities that are going to be shoved together in this house. And it's going to be very interesting to see these players that we've come to know over the last couple of months through the casting process, how they're going to put their strategy into effect in this game, because a lot of these players are coming for the title of champion.
I've got to say, this is
One of my favorite.
by far the most interaction we've ever experienced from a cast. People are buying T-shirts, they're buying wands,
Well, there's the one with the countdown. That's
the
counting down every single
countdown,
day.
nails. People are doing their nails. They paid me on time and early. I got all of my money. Nobody owes me any money for the first time in 3 seasons. So I am elated for how elated they are taking it. I mean, people are like messaging us from the plane, like,
how early can I get to that?
Yeah, like they want to get here at like 7:00 in the morning tomorrow. I'm like, no, you're on the 4th.
You know who you are. You're waiting to come in these doors.
So I'm so excited for you to meet them all. We have a really great variety of people who have never played a live game or an org before. We have a nice even mix of people who have only played live or only played org. We have a couple of vets thrown in there. I think it would be impossible to do a season without a few seasoned players. But I think there's a really great, eclectic, diverse group that you will see.
Yeah, and when you guys are excited, we're excited. So we don't want to do this with people that don't want to play, obviously. So it's really nice to see you guys excited. So
yeah. I mean, I'm super excited. I think we do have a lot more stuff to get to, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing we have to do.
Oh my God, there was that other thing that we had to do.
Oh yeah, I think
That's enough for tonight. No, but I'm super excited. I'm so happy that I get to do this with 2 of my besties and 3 of my other besties who are behind the camera, and a bunch of people that are coming tomorrow that are helping, that are not necessarily here yet. So special shout out to Rebecca for making a lot of the supplies for the season. Special shout out to Nikki, who runs Survive. She lent us quite a few challenges. So you can expect to see some Survivor-ish competitions this year. A couple of people helped. Chad, Angel's partner, helped doing some picture editing. So lots of hands in lots of pockets.
Lots of hands in our cauldron.
Lots of hands in our cauldron. At least 3 hands in one cauldron at one time this season.
3 hands, 1 cauldron.
3 hands, 1 cauldron. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm excited for you to see what names are on all of these badges. I'm excited for you to
People are going to be screenshotting that.
who our first POV winner is. And yeah, like Peyton said, lots of tea all season long.
All right. Well, that is it for Big Brother Hogwarts After Dark Arts.
Dark Mark.
Dark
Mark. In Harry Potter, when they call the Lord the Dark Lord, they shoot the dark mark in the sky. So I just thought, after dark mark. I love just wait until you hear all of my alliteration and similes and metaphors. You'll get it.
Streaming every night, only on top.
And that pun that I said the other night, that was a good pun, right? For one of the competitions. So I like to do a at the end of everything. So stay tuned for more stupid Billisms and loud noises and
lots
Hives.
of yapping from me and Peyton all weekend long. As you said, we are going to be your go-to faces for these live feeds. We'll be with you all weekend long, and we are just very excited to see all of you here. So feel free to tune in tomorrow afternoon, early evening, whenever we decide to go live. And I cannot wait for all of you to see these brand new contestants that are entering Big Brother Hogwarts starting tomorrow.
but first. Let's just make sure no one gets locked in a bathroom this weekend.
Jesus Christ. Cheers. All right. Well, thank you all very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow afternoon.
The cast is.
Done.
Are we still going?
No, we're done. Wait.